Warning, the following broadcast, starring 2 of the 5 more uneducated members of the mediocre chart racing pop rock band Massive Wagons, may contain swearing. We apologise if it causes offence. All opinions are our own.
Tell you what, can you tell there's no eating in here?
It's bloody freezing.
Say with a couple of bobble hats on.
If you don't, we're in our like band rehearsal unit facility. It's where the magic happens.
We should rent this place out to McDonald's, places like that.
What, to keep the frozen
sides of beef in?
Yeah, well, the sides of hyena or whatever they make it out of. Yeah, but this is the Triggered podcast. We've had a bit of a rebrand. It was the Bin It Together podcast. It's exactly the same premise.
It's the same quality content. same solid gold banter.
Same 10 out of 10. Forbes magazine content, but we're just changing it, just freshening it up, making it a bit more current to the new album, and it's exactly the same. It means the same thing, and I dare say we'll even use the words "bin it together" every now and again. But
to be honest, the triggered thing probably applies a bit more. Really, it gives the whole thing less rules.
Yes, it blows it wide open, doesn't it?
Blows it wide open. Hey, if ever there was a phrase.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Yeah.
Because he's from... Because Michael Caine's from Wales, isn't
he? Yeah, he is, from South Africa.
I'm not... Yeah.
Bled the bloody doors off.
I'm not very good with my accents, to be honest.
God. Hey. Anyway.
No, but the... yes, so it's the Triggered podcast, and it's where we basically take suggestions from your good selves, our beloved listeners.
Beloved.
And basically have a good old moan about him, and then ultimately decide whether or not we should chuck him in the bin.
Yeah,
the bin's of course metaphorical. There's no
metaphorical bin, but it does have a cool sound effect. Doesn't it?
It does.
Well, I can't hear it because obviously it doesn't exist.
I put that on in post. Yeah, I put it on in post production.
I just thought I just thought you used to poke your knee. Like
it's some such,
I don't know what it's in the bin, but you're actually pressing an invisible button.
Go on, I'll turn the button on now. Go on, press the button. Way, there you go. Make a noise. See, we don't hear that noise now. We're just pretending.
They're all at home going, yeah, we know that.
Get on with the podcast, dickheads. Right, so Triggered podcast. Okay, right. Okay. Well, first one. This is
here we go.
This is
first one.
This is again.
I've actually had more than one suggestion this week.
We've had a few actually. This one, it's a good one. I mean, I have to filter some of them out because, again, yes, it's very, very easy to moan about, Hitler. Not that anyone suggested Hitler. But you know what I mean.
An obvious one there.
Don't give us the obvious ones. Think generally things that people like and
that you don't like,
and give us some reasons why.
Okay. And we can because we've got to try and kind of argue the case for the people that might like these things. You see.
Now this is one where you're going to go. Oh, you've just said that, but nobody likes car park prices, do they? However, we all need car parks, so this isn't putting car parks in the bin. It's
a bloody big bin.
It's the money that goes attached to that.
This is interesting because well, to be honest, I've got a gripe about these, to be honest. They get right up my nose.
Well, okay. Car park prices, how expensive it is now. This is from Tony Pennington, by the way, who's
Big TP.
One of our Wagons World members and a good fan of the band. Yep. So, here we go. How expensive is a car park? Hang on a minute. How expensive is it now to park a car? Dearer than some concert prices, which is true. So, anyway, gives us some examples here. You can't. No, you can't. Park at the MEN.
Just annoying.
Or whatever it's called now. The 9X. 3 reasons to bin it. Right, so this is about the prices specifically. So, 1, city and town centres should be encouraging you to shop there, cheaper prices, and you're not going to retail parks where parking's free, so it's more like council car parks, isn't it? That I think he's talking about, like council prices,
city councils,
and I think it's is it even the council's fault because they've got their own overheads?
Yeah. Now I put a post up the other day. I went to Lancaster, and they've changed their parking prices, right? And the thing that pisses me off is it goes up to 3 hours, so you can have 3 hours, and 3 hours is like £4 or £3.50 or something. £4. I'm like, okay, but then it goes to 9 hours. for £9.
Yeah.
No, I didn't want. I wanted to go into town for a good few hours. Now there used to be a 4-hour option.
Right.
If 4 hours was a fiver, I would pay that. Yeah, I even think because I'm tight. I even think that's expensive, but it is what it is. But I don't want to pay £9 to go to town for 4 hours.
No, you're right. It's the illogical like thresholds.
Three hours, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 9 hours.
Yeah.
Now you cannot tell me that is just to cover their overheads.
Yeah, it's not. That's not fair, is it?
Wankers about it.
That
Wankers.
sounds like yeah. Well, they're out to make money.
There's
Unfairly.
nothing wrong with that. But like you said, they're just driving people away from town.
Yeah.
You know, and also, yeah, I put a post up about it on somewhere, and I got a lot of people agreeing with me, and people saying, "Oh, you should want to count yourself lucky. It's bloody £20 an hour in Edinburgh or whatever." And you know, and I feel I am completely on the side. I consider myself lucky. Then I don't pay them sort of prices. But the thing that pisses me off is the council don't endear themselves in 1,000 other ways as well. So this is just another shovel full of dog shit in it.
Yeah,
it's just another thing that pisses me off.
And driving around these car parks, it's like driving around bloody, I don't know, Stalingrad. I'm trying to think of somewhere that was might have been shelled a lot.
Yeah,
Stalingrad in 1941.
You know, and immediately I think of all the empty shops in town. I think of all of the. I mean, I don't mind the charity shop, but there's about 4,000 in Lancaster. You know, and coffee shops, and everywhere is just the same shops. All the shops full of character, and in the places that used to sell individual things can't do that anymore because they can't afford rents or they can't afford the rates or whatever. And that's down the council, isn't it?
Well,
so that I don't believe for a second that as somebody did point out on my post saying, "Oh well, the council's got overheads and you know it's the same everywhere. They've got to make money because they're getting shafted by government as well." Yeah, well, I hurt them and all. You know.
Yeah, well,
but here we go.
We just keep going up the ladder until we're basically
God.
With the government in it, really. You know, the councils don't get the support. I mean, like you mentioned, shops. There's plenty of decent shops that you want to go shopping at, but if you physically can't, or you can't justify going,
I'm not.
You know, like Amazon Prime, whatever you think of it, we should write a song about it. But it's so bloody easy.
A cynical man would say that we're all being herded into that way of life. That we're being driven out of towns. The conspiracy theorist among you might think that that's what they want to happen. They don't want you to go down. They don't want you to fucking use the roads, so they don't pay for road repairs. They don't want you to go to town or have to pay for car parks or anything, or pay for traffic attendants, or they just want you to stay in your house and get everything delivered, don't they?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
I mean, blimey, we're getting
deep
here now.
We're only talking about how much it is to park, weren't we?
No, but if you get, my point was, if you like, right, say you want something that is, I don't know, a kettle, I don't know, and you think, right, well, I'll go to.
I tell you what, sorry, I do apologise to interrupt you there, but when you said kettle, where you wouldn't go is to a garden. I went to a popular garden centre around here the other day.
For a kettle? No, you wouldn't.
£200 for a kettle.
What?
A Smeg Kettle.
Whoa.
Have you ever seen
and it wasn't clean.
Have you heard of the brand Smeg?
Yeah, I know Smeg.
£175 for a toaster.
Yeah.
£190 for a kettle, or whatever it was.
Smeg's got.
Why?
Why they call them?
Why?
Smeg.
If you have bought a kettle for £200,
you're in the bin.
Do one. Get in the bin.
Smeg, it's got this kind of like retro status now, hasn't it? Smeg.
What, a retro kettle? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it's all like 1950s, you know. What do they call it? Like Art Deco kind of stuff, and the big fridge with the Smeg on it. You know. No. Can we stop saying Smeg?
I don't understand. I still don't understand it. I still do not understand it.
No.
I don't understand it.
I mean, I bristle at paying more for our kitchen furniture, if that's what you call it. You know, our appliances, because we couldn't get the sort of not the cheapest of the cheap, but we couldn't get a reasonably priced one because it didn't match. You know, so. But you could take that way too far, you know, with the...
there's nothing wrong with having nice stuff and having it match and paying a bit extra if you want something fancy, but £200 for a kettle.
Yeah, that is a lot. And I'd want
that...
Do
they sell them? Are there people out there that buy this shit?
I'd want that making my... entire brew, delivering it to me.
Does it nosh you off while you're making a brew? Or something? I don't know. I'd tell you what.
You'd expect it, wouldn't you?
I'd expect it.
Well, would you be careful, though, with a kettle?
It would be hot, wouldn't it? Yeah.
But,
health and safety.
Yeah, what were we talking about? Yeah, anyway, you say you want a kettle, and you don't fancy going down to your local garden centre for a Smeg one. And you know what are your options here? Right, I'll nip into town to Wilco's and grab one because they've got them in there for 15 quid or whatever. But then you've got to pay 4 quid for your parking. Not to mention your fuel, your fuel to get there.
Yeah. No, well, you especially, you live around here. You want to go into town. It's these days it's a tenner there and back, innit?
Yeah, it's
so you've paid 35 quid for your kettle.
When you could just sit there on your phone and click, and get Jeff and his chums to come and drop you one off
for now.
The next morning.
Yeah.
Not even paying less than you would do.
I mean,
it's
who knew that trying to be considerate and look after the high street and the environment, I suppose, to a certain extent, you can't even afford. You can't afford to do it.
No, it's shocking.
I mean, I don't know.
It's sad. It is sad, because I like going. I hope my wife doesn't see this, but I actually like going into town. She won't be watching it now. I actually do like going into town. Because it's almost like a novelty now, especially after COVID and lockdowns. And you're like, God, shops.
Look around.
You could touch things and, inanimate objects, not people.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's almost like when we did these like in stores. So we released an album a month ago, Triggered, number 6 in the charts. Don't know if we mentioned it. And we
go and buy it. Go
buy it if you haven't. And we went to all these like record shops and HMVs and stuff like in the promotional run, and I was like, oh my God, this is ace. Like, I forgot how good it was to be in
a shop,
in shops,
because online you've got to search for things, haven't you? And you've got and to search for something, you have to have it in your head that you want it. But yeah, when you go around looking around HMV, it's like walls of sparkly shit in it, going, wow, look at all this. This is cool.
But online, when you're looking at the price of something, you're sort of going, oh, I don't know about that. But when it's right there in front of you and you see the price and you can look at this thing and hold it in hand and go, oh, it could be mine for $9.99. It's almost like it's not a kettle, by the way.
It's a parking ticket.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. And it's like, oh, the price doesn't seem that bad when it's there.
Yeah, you can make them.
When it's online and it's virtual and you're not going to get it.
You're getting I'm going to use your word here. Endorphins. You get the endorphins going, don't you? You got it in your hand. You got your, your bobblehead ET model from HMV or something, or I don't know. I like the t-shirts. Like t-shirts are one. Like you go into HMV and they have like I go head straight to the discount sale rail. Oh, what have we got here? 3 quid. I'll have that.
Yeah,
innit?
That gets the old endorphins going.
Get the old endorphins.
Yeah,
it was straight off.
I know, but this is what always happens.
It's all linked, isn't it?
But yeah, the high street. It's it needs people to be there, and if your parking tickets are driving people away, then you're part of the problem.
And you know what, as well, about the council, another big thing around here with the council that really makes me have no sympathy for them and pisses me off is the state of the weeds and the pavements and everything that have not been cut all for like a year and a half. It's like the flipping Amazonian jungle out there, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that is it. It's
like, how am I expected to pay? I'm not paying 9 quid.
It's not like you're getting luxury service here.
No,
I'm not able to park my Ferrari and know it's safe and looked after.
Yeah,
my Porsche.
Anyway,
my Renault Megane.
Did you have any other reasons? I don't know if we need any more reasons.
Second reason.
That was a lot for the first reason, wasn't
it? He touches upon this. If it's privately owned, they charge what they want, and it's like I've used some privately owned car parks. Do you remember ParkSafe in Lancaster?
Yeah, that's council now, isn't it?
It's council now, but ParkSafe was like it was like done every quarter of an hour, and it was great, and you had like every quarter of an hour, you added the same amount. It might be like, I don't know, 50p.
Yeah,
and it was that for as long as you were there.
Yeah,
and it rounded it to the next quarter of an hour. So
it was open 24 hours.
Yeah, and it was open 24 hours, and you paid on return. So it's like. There was no pressure. You just got back and paid your bill.
And another great thing about that car park, oddly, is it's like the hidden car park in Lancaster, because nobody ever went to it because you had to go around town to get to it. But it was always empty, and it's 100% safe, isn't it?
If you're feeling cheap and there's nowhere to go.
But now it's run by the council. So and when we did the music festival, I went to that car park. Unbeknown to me, it had been taken over by the council, and I went in there, and it was about 2 cars in the whole thing. Yeah. and they put the prices up to £9. So I was like, I'm going up to the top car parks that you go past when you go into town to see if I can get a space there. Couldn't get a space; it was too busy.
Yeah, it's crap. It's really crap. There's no excuses. But
anyway,
Tony points out that if councils own the land, it's their obligation to charge reasonable rates to keep, society moving and the local commerce, flowing and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Point number 3, you pay so much, yet your car could still get stolen or broke into because there's often very rarely like security or anything, and you should expect that really for the I want my Porsche to be safe.
I've never read the terms and conditions on the bottom of the thing. Does it say you leave your vehicle here at your own risk?
Probably will do. Yeah, they'll always cover their ass
We
in some
accept
way.
no responsibility.
Yeah. But that is it. And to be honest, it's almost like everything else in the UK, especially. You seem to pay, a hefty road tax and tax this, tax that, but you see no benefit for it.
No.
Oh, you might if you live in London, but
at least that tosspot lives in a big house. What's he called? Morris. Is he anything to do with the council?
Oh,
probably. We'll slag him off anyway.
A local MP, yeah.
Probably deserves it.
He's not popular at the minute around here.
I think he's been...
he's with rich people, but... Yeah, it's shocking. It's shocking. And yes, extortionate council car park prices are definitely going in the bin.
Put them in the bin.
You do the honours.
Am I doing it?
Go on then.
Nice one. I'm gonna do it with anger.
We've moved the button from my knee to your knee. Ooh, there we go. Bang. Right in that bin. So we kind of covered a few things there, but
after that.
It is something I'm interested in though, because it does
car parking.
What it calls into the wider picture of keeping the high street alive.
I agree.
And the rents of all these places are going up, and they need the business. So I think we should be doing. I mean, what day is it? Is it? There's always a day every year, and it's like the last Sunday before Christmas or something where car parking's free. Or am I imagining that?
No, they do late night. Yeah. You're right.
Or it's a quid an all day or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
How bloody busy is it?
Yeah.
And it's just these small things do make a difference. So
yeah, I mean, if you had free, let's say you had reasonable car parking or free car parking, more people will come to town. More people would spend money in town. Yeah. You could probably put your shop rents up, and the shop owners would stay there.
Yeah.
And all your shops would be full.
Yeah.
But oh no, we have to put the rents up, don't we? Drive them out, then put the parking up.
Yeah.
And there's no shops to fucking go and see anyway.
No.
I mean, can we talk about something else? I'm gonna smash some up in a
to be honest, I think that's all we kind of got time for in this week's episode, really.
Yeah. Anyway,
but it was a juicy one, so thank you. We've covered a lot of things there. But this conspiracy theorist you talk about, that's quite interesting. About I don't see who stands to really benefit from that by empty high streets.
No, I don't know. I mean, that was purely.
Yeah.
There will be somebody who. There will be somebody somewhere who thinks it's all part of a bigger plan.
Oh God, yeah.
Won't it? They're trying to keep us in our houses, keep us. I don't know why. I don't understand a lot of it.
Well, I see more like not really conspiracy, but I just think everything is all down to money. Absolutely everything. That people will only want a certain thing. There's the argument of a cashless society.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Well, it's about money. It's not even. Well, it is about control, maybe, but that means more money for a smaller number of people.
Money makes the world go round.
It's true.
So they say, don't they?
So it's just if people were going and using the high street more, I think it would be like the powers that be or whatever will be like, oh, there's more money to be made there. Let's get a piece of that.
Unless Bezos pays somebody.
Bezos, yeah.
Casting aspersions on Mr. Bezos, sir.
Yeah,
Lord
Bezos,
bloody nice guy.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Maybe there's money to be. Maybe somebody there's forking money out to the right person and saying, "Look, we want to take over the fucking shopping empire, the people's shopping, empire, and so we want to get rid of shops, and we'll make sure you're all right."
When the world eventually gets into that kind of what's it called, like the Hunger Games type scenario, where Lancashire's now District 57.
That's it.
And London's just District 1.
Yeah.
And the guy in his robes and that who's putting on these Hunger Games and whatever. It'll be that'll be Bezos, won't it? He'll be
it will, yeah. It will be Bezos, won't it?
Not Donald Sutherland or whoever the actor was. It was Jeff Bezos.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Yeah, he'll be there. I have you now, Barry Mills.
Oh, yeah, he's going to care about what I'm up to. And me fucking Aldi bobble hat.
Yeah. I'm wearing our own band's bobble hat that I think I stole from the merch rack last year.
What, I don't know who designs the Aldi gear. It's amazing. I've got an Aldi Christmas jumper as well. Terry got me one. It's ace, isn't it? They got whoever's their design department. I think they do a good job.
It looks like when you're looking at it, it looks like Dial though. It looks like Dial.
It's not really. Yeah, well. Anyway,
it's good. Right, we'll leave you with that for this week. So thanks, Tony, for the suggestion.
Yeah, it was a good one, that, Tony. I don't think we solved any problems, right? Or,
no. But it's
good to get it off your chest.
A good topic of discussion.
Leave your comments. There'll probably be loads of those.
Leave your comments, like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Buzzsprout or any of the other places you get your casts, where we
what's the other one?
Cast our pods. Beansprout.
Is it not a funny one?
Podbean. Yeah, wherever
you spend your time.
Wherever you spend your podcast time, do your follow thing, whatever that is, And thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. It's been a pleasure.